Good evening, all the esteemed members.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you all?
Doing fine, ma'am. Thank you so much. I hope you are also safe and doing well.
Yeah, thank you so very much. So I welcome all of you for this webinar. It's just exactly 5 o'clock, and I would like to start with a prayer. And after the prayer, we'll just have a little discussion, and then what we will do is whatever is to be done, whatever we will plan out, we can discuss once we wind off with the prayer. So I request all of you just to take out 1 minute and just let's keep our eyes closed and pray and thank Almighty that He's given us an opportunity, this opportunity of sharing and caring, sharing of knowledge and caring with each other, and giving us this lovely opportunity of forming groups and interacting on this national platform. I hope and pray that Almighty showers His best blessings on us, our family members, and there are a lot of positive affirmations and vibrations on all of us. So that's all. Good evening, everyone, once again. And I hope all of you are doing very well. And it's a stay home and stay safe time. And we never thought that webinars are going to be, there's a joke on internet that if you've not attended a single webinar, you've not done anything in pandemic or at the time of lockdown. So right now, what I would be doing is I'd be putting all the people on mute, and I would like to start with a thanks to the group members for joining in, and thanks to the admin. I know him by the name of Mr. Casey only, so I would call him by that name only. Thank you very much, sir, for giving this opportunity. And thanks to all the people who are joining in. Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Pankil Priya Lamba. I just would like to introduce, I was speaking and I was on mute, I did not realize. So I'm Mrs. Pankil Priya Lamba. I belong to Dehradun. I've done my schooling from there and my college as well as all the good days or heydays of our life. They have been spent in Dehradun. And presently I'm working in Sacred Heart Convent, Senior Secondary School, Saravanagar, Ludhiana. I've been working here for last 20 years. I've worked with various schools in Dehradun also. I started working at a very young age. So that's how it is. And now, just before starting the webinar, I would like to share something which I actually searched out, or by matter of chance, I just stepped on to. Every day I was thinking some of the questions which are crossing my time at the time of pandemic. I was asking questions to myself: when is this going to get over? Why we have to attend webinars? Why can't we go out? Getting so bored. When will this end? And what is the meaning of life? One small virus is just putting us in such a situation. And what will happen to the money? You would not believe. I actually found the answer to all these questions, and the answer was with a Japanese technique called Ikagai. There's a book which has been written by various authors. They have written about Ikagai, but Japanese follow this technique, and there's a village where people follow this technique and they have the age of 100 years or something like that, and they live a very simple life. So what they give you, what Ikigai talks about is that what is your happiness? Where does your happiness lie? And how can you be happy and be busy? So what's your passion? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your profession? Whatever it is, you need to have some kind of happiness in that particular thing. So once you talk about happiness, and once you actually lay emphasis about, So what you need to do is to practice your ikigai. You know, you need to remain active. You are not supposed to get worried about anything. And you have to be very, very optimistic, be positive about whatever is happening around. There's a very beautiful term they have coined called wabi sabi. That is, everybody is imperfect. So please accept me with my imperfections. And the way I'm just sharing my knowledge with you, please accept me with my imperfections. And this ichigo ichi, it means that the knowledge that this moment exists only now and it won't go come again, or it won't carry on. This too shall pass. We say it in simple English, this too shall pass. Imagine ikigai is being practiced and being propounded and being told to people at this time, but Fayol and Taylor did this years back, years back. They found their ikigai. Fayol talked about administrative principles. Lyndall and Erwick talked about the functions of management. There were many other pioneers like Louis Allen who talked about organizing, Philip Kotler who talked about marketing. So many people were there who actually found their ikigai and found their happiness. So what we'll do is we'll just search into Fayol's ikigai today, and I hope that this ikigai gives us an insight. At least you know this term. Those people who already know about it, and those who do not know, please go through it and just check. And there would be, you would love to see what change it brings in your life. So we start with the Fayol. What I have for you is that there are two things. Now, in my webinar, I told we are going to discuss chapter 2. Once we reach to the last slide, there are around 40 slides, around 40 slides. Once I reach to the last slide, what we are going to do is we are going to have question and answer session. In case if you write something in the chat box, it will keep on coming to me. Third thing is that there are going to be some kind of riddles, and there are going to be some kind of pictorials. Now, when we start with the principles of Fayol, I would be seeing you on the screen. And hi Nilesh, you've just joined in. So what I will do is, oh, I think he left probably. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm starting with a magic ball in my hand, an imaginary ball. And with this first riddle, I will throw a question at you. Please answer. It can be anyone in the list of the participants who are there. So the question is, Jack of one trade, master of one. I'm throwing my magic ball at, okay, Senthil, I'm sending this magic ball to you. Can you please tell me the answer for this? Jack of one trade, master of one. Guess me, which principle am I? Senthil, can you please, we are switching on your, mute. We're not putting on mute, we're unmuting you. So Senthil, can you please reply? Jack of one trade, master of one. Which principle is this? Hi, Senthil, I can't get you. Okay, can I throw my ball at Shikha? Shikha, Madam Shikha? Madam Shikha, can I throw the ball at you and can you please answer? Madam Shikha? Madam Ishika, okay, I think I read it wrong. Madam Ishika, can you please answer? Madam Ishika, can you please answer in the chat box, or otherwise we'll unmute you.
Discount minus कर देंगे. Sales.
Yeah, can I get the answer?
Account debit to Muskan. 4,000.
Unity of command.
Received from Muskan.
No,
Cash
sir.
discount 4%.
No, it's not a unity of command.
Cash account debit.
Nothing. Somebody is taking a,
a,
I don't know, somebody is by mistake taking a class along with the webinar. They switch on the webinar and taking a class.
Discount के आगे भी 2 लगा देते हैं. 2 discount लगाओ. ओए यहाँ पे
all right. So it is not unity of command, jack of one trade, master of one. See,
Unity of
when
direction.
no, ma'am, not unity of direction. See, lovely. It is division of work. Thank you for responding. Please keep on responding, and I'll keep on throwing my imaginary and magical ball to all of you. So please accept it. It's a request. We're just sharing our experience. I'm nobody to train or guide anyone, but then let's share our experience and we can learn to be a little at better platform. That's it. Just sharing. So it's division of work. Why? Because it says that you are jack of one trade and master. So you divide and subdivide the work. So what I have done is when I'm talking about the principles, I've given them. Okay, Mr. Sonu Patel answered it correctly. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Uh, and clapping for you. Thank you very much. Now we're talking about division of work. See, you can make your learning of principle easy. What I've done is I've divided into 4 parts: definition, teacher suitcase, application, implication. Where application and implication headings are there, these are the kind of questions from where the CBSE or NCERT case studies are taken. And teacher suitcase is just to make the explanation little easier. And definition majorly has been given by Fiol. Some of the places we have taken easier definition to make things clear to the students. So starting with division of work, work is divided and subdivided into small tasks. Then people perform repetitive tasks. When they perform the repetitive tasks, they gain expertise, they get trained in it, and this is applicable to all technical and managerial work. It leads to specialization. If you all said to divide the work as per the capacity, qualification, and caliber of the employees. This was one of the board questions. So division of work becomes easier to understand. And here, since if you are economics teacher, you can also give example of Adam Smith, where he talked about making of pen. Okay, I'm sharing the next screen and then I'm sharing next question with you. So I'm throwing my imaginary ball right now and it goes to, let it go to whom? It goes to Mr. Sonu Patel. Okay, fine. Let's see, so what you answer like.
Ma'am, it is unity of direction.
Unity
Hello.
of direction, no. 3 times, just keep, not unity of direction.
Then unity of command.
यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड नहीं है, बेचारे एम्प्लॉइज बोझ से मारे हुए हैं, देख लीजिए अच्छी तरह से.
Then ma'am, I don't know.
Individual interest to general interest.
No, ma'am.
Authority and responsibility.
Yes, lovely. Thank you so very much. Bingo. Thank you so much. Authority and responsibility. The boss actually has overburdened his subordinate. He's standing there. He's shared his work, and he is just given them a lot of work to do. Lovely. Thank you so very much. It was a nice answer. So the definition says authority is right to give orders and responsibility is obligation to do a job. Of course. Now, what does teacher suitcase talk about? It says if there is authority and there is no responsibility, there would be misuse of authority. Why that happens? Like if we give examples of all the gunda elements, in any place, those people, they have the authority, they have that kind of power, they can actually exert their authority, but they're not responsible for anything because they don't feel responsible towards the society. So actually they misuse the authority. Whereas when we talk about responsibility is there and authority is not there, it leads to incompletion of tasks. The major reason is why it leads to incompletion of tasks. The superior has given you enough of responsibility but has not given you enough authority to actually take initiative or to do the work. So you don't have access to resources, you don't have access to telling someone to do something. Only responsibility doesn't solve things. Application, it says according to authority of the individual manager, things are sorted out. People always take responsibility according to the authority which has been given to them. It is usually equal or it should be equal. When it is not equal, that means when authority is more, responsibility is less, people try to misuse their authority. When responsibility is more, authority is less, people don't like to complete the task. Authority is of two types: formal authority, informal authority. Formal authority is as per your job position. Informal authority is as per your presence or your personality. Next principle. Okay, I'm in the military and I'm in your class. Okay.
Discipline.
So,
Ma'am, this is discipline.
lovely.
Unity of
Lovely.
command.
No.
Discipline
It's
is very much
Discipline.
in
Discipline,
Yeah.
principle of discipline.
Thank you so much
teachers
for
also
participating.
expect discipline.
Yeah, it's discipline. Thank you so very much. Lovely. So again, discipline. Discipline is the obedience to organizational rules and employment agreement. The moment we join our organization, we sign a 3-page, 4-page agreement without reading it because we want the job at that time. And anytime we challenge it, our authorities immediately show us, see, you have signed this and now you're trying to back off with it. So we cannot do that. Now, teacher suitcase says it requires good superiors at all levels to maintain discipline. Of course, undoubtedly, everything should be clear and fair. There should be no partiality. Workers and management both should honor their commitment is actually discipline. Why it says so? It says so because in case workers commit that they would work at the time of overtime, at the time of need for a project overtime, and management also says that they would pay them good or well or extra for the overtime work, but what happens is either of them backs out. So that is not discipline. You're not honoring your commitment. All these things were board question: honoring the commitment and judicious application of penalties. These are the questions which have come in the board. So implication conclusion is what? That judicious application of penalties should be there, and discipline actually talks about just being obedient to the rules of the organization. We can talk about school diary also, where so many rules are given regarding the discipline of the organization. Okay, next one. I would ask, I'm sorry.
Unity of command. Unity of command.
Pakka unity of command, is it?
Yes, yes, unity of
Yes,
command.
everyone
yes.
is going towards
Yes,
one
unity of
direction and
command.
following one boss.
So it won't be unity of direction.
No.
No.
But
Okay,
there is only
thank
one
you so much.
person pointing them out to go towards the direction.
Yeah,
3 participants, only
perfect.
one person is directing.
Yeah, lovely. So the definition goes: one boss, many subordinate. This was one of the board questions, so that's why I've given it as definition out here. And in case, see, if you see the teacher suitcase I've given here, if violated, it leads to soda. You would wonder what is soda. So it says unity of command in NCERT says if you violate unity of command, it leads to S as in stability that gets what? Threatened. Order becomes disorder. Discipline gets jeopardized. Authority gets undermined. So in no case should you overrule the unity of command principle. It is applied in military organization. We just read the question about it. And when there is coordination between departments, so it can be easily avoided. And the best thing is that when you talk about unity of command, if there are more than 2 bosses, it's very confusing for the subordinate whom to listen. So the loyalty gets divided, as well as there is dual subordination. And that dual subordination brings chaos, conflict in the mind of the person concerned. So can we switch over to the next one, and can I throw the ball at someone? I am so happy people are taking the imaginary ball so well. So next one, tap, 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 no overlap, give a clap. Yeah,
Subordination of individual interest.
Unity of direction.
lovely.
Unity of direction, because
Yeah,
if in the
unity of
same direction, there won't be any overlapping.
Yes, lovely. Thank you so very much. And it's bingo. Great. Thank you so very much. Oh, so unity of direction talks about one head, one plan. What does teacher's suitcase talk about? That all the units should move towards the same objectives, and the criteria, the application is to prevent overlapping of activities. Two people should not perform the same kind of task. Actually, unity of direction, it ensures unity of action and coordination. People work together, and nobody works, when you can't work individually as it is. So when all of you move in the same direction, things become easier to achieve. The objectives become easier to achieve. We can take example of any kind of marketing manager who makes us all sales executive move towards the same direction. So the next ball, okay, let's see where it has to reach. The next one. It's taking some time. Don't let the scale fall. Let there be kindness, justice, and fairness to all.
Equity.
Wow, lovely.
Yeah,
So I didn't get any second answer. I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is that ma'am Sonal Bhatia? Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
You know, you're encouraging me. These are my self-made riddles, and you're making me happy instead of anything else happening around. You know.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Equity. So when you talk about good sense and experience are needed to ensure fairness to all. Equity means fairness to all. You will not believe. Whenever I teach this principle to my students, they often ask me, ma'am, what is the difference between equity and equality? Why equity and equality are not same? So we can always explain when we talk about kindness and justice, when we talk about fairness, when we talk about good sense and experience, we're talking about equity. But when we talk about equality, we are treating everyone around us in the same manner. So basically, equity is related to a particular organization where people are working, and when they are working at the same level, there should be no discrimination against anyone on account of sex, religion, caste, and nationality. You can also, when you talk about equity, you can also share such kind of information that in our Bollywood and Tollywood industry, what is happening is that women are being paid less than the male counterpart. So it was for the first time when Priyanka Chopra and Priyanka Chopra and Deepika Padukone, they actually made this very clear to the directors that they would not work until unless they are paid equally or well, or they are paid at high level. Okay. Fine. So it ensures loyalty and devotion, and there is no discrimination against anyone on account of sex, religion, caste, or nationality. That is equity. I think there's a request to see this riddle again. Can we switch over? Yeah. Don't let the scale fall. Let there be kindness, justice, and fairness to all. I hope it's okay. Somebody wanted to see. If you want, I can share the PPT, the presentation with you all. No problems at all.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, no problems. This is just sharing, encouraging each other, nothing else.
Your PPT is excellent, man.
Yeah, no, you're most welcome. Okay, so this is the next one. Now my next magic ball, imaginary ball comes to you. I am vitamin M. I'm very hungry, okay? So I am vitamin M. More work, more pay, more motivation.
Remuneration.
Remuneration to
Remuneration
employees.
only.
Remuneration
Yeah.
to employees.
Remuneration.
Yeah, and I think we are all worried about it at this time of pandemic. You know, the schools are not ready to pay us well. So all of us have some kind of innovations about it, right? Am I right? Yeah. So
Yes.
I didn't get any reply. God. All right. Never mind. Remuneration to personnel means overall pay and compensation. Again, the teacher suitcase talks about fair wages ensuring good standard of living. Of course, the wage should be just and equitable. So when we talk about wage being just and equitable, the firm or the organization also lays emphasis that the wage will be in the paying capacity of the firm. Neither more, neither not less. If the firm has a particular kind of capacity, they will pay according to that, and beyond that, they would not see. So the implication is that when the firm makes it, organization make it very clear that they're going to pay according to their paying capacity. The best thing is that there is a good relation. Workers and management, they work in coordination, and there's a lot of happiness around. So That's how remuneration to personnel goes on. Okay, next one. Fine. So we have a pictorial out here. Can you guess the principle out here? I'm throwing my ball.
Centralization and decentralization.
Oh, lovely.
Centralization and decentralization.
Thank you so very much, sir. Lovely, lovely. Hats off to you. Every time you're answering in great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like, you're not encouraging yourself, encouraging me, because I have been doing my homework of me.
No, it is a testing, madam. At times when we take test for the students, it is equally a test for us. Are we able to develop good questions for the students? And you are definitely a very good teacher, developing very good questions for all of us, ma'am.
Thank you so very much. You will, being good teacher or not, I don't know, but there are some more things I would love to share with you very shortly. So if you feel that, why I'm just quickly briefing over the principle, so that whatever I'm talking about, it is mentioned in the principle. In case you don't want the explanation, and if you just want me to go through the slides of riddles and pictures, we can go ahead with that also. You're most welcome to please give your input. Right. So when we talk about centralization and decentralization, centralization means concentration of authority. Just one person, asserts his authority to the complete organization. But when we talk about decentralization, when we talk about decentralization, we talk about dispersal of authority to more than one person. Now, to our very much knowledge, we must know that when we talk about decentralization in this chapter, they talk about a dispersal of authority to more than one person. When we talk about organizing, the book talks about not only dispersal of authority to the lowermost level, it also talks about nearest point of action. These three have been the board questions continuously where children have been doing wrong. So whenever we explain this point as decentralization, we can be repetitive about it. One, dispersal of authority with more than one person. Second, to the lowermost level. And third, to the nearest point of action. When these 3 points are told, children will be very clear about what decentralization is. So when we talk about, the suitcase says that everything that increases subordinate's work is decentralization, because job is being given to him, work is being given to him. Whereas whatever reduces his work because the top boss is doing everything, taking initiative, it is more of centralization. So when you talk about application, large organizations have more of centralization towards the lower level and less of centralization. So they have more of decentralization and they have less of centralization. But when you talk of a small organization, they have more of centralization and very minimal decentralization, or maybe no decentralization at all. So at that time, sometimes people ask question that what is required? Is centralization required in the organization or decentralization? So the best answer would be that both are required. Why? Because without having both, the organization cannot function. A big organization like Reliance also needs centralized control and also the decentralized control with the people who are working at various levels. Next. So, okay, I throw my ball at, this is to Madam Poonam. Madam Poonam. I hope she's there, not left. Madam Poonam? No? Madam Payal? No? Madam Neha? Oh, nobody is trying to take my imaginary ball to solve the problem.
Order.
Yeah. Judge कहता है order. Oh,
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm answering, but then I'm waiting for the people to whom you are asking. But then when there is no response coming in, I can't hold it when I have the answer.
That is so good. That's so very nice of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So when we talk about order, people and material must be kept in suitable places at appropriate time. Now, there are teachers' suitcase talks about, there are two types of order, social order and material order. Social order talks about right people at right place. Material order talks about the right thing at right place. So it says a place for everything, everyone, and everything, everyone in its place. The things and people should be kept at their respective places so there is no wastage in time to locate for the things. It leads to increase in production and efficiency. We also know it when we leave our, usually we people do it. We leave our keys at some other place. And the best way to know order to disorder is, I think all women would agree with me, is our handbag. So from order to disorder, it is the most beautiful place and most eligible place to apply our own principle. Our bags are usually in the place of disorder, and usually we are locating our keys out there. So that is what order has to be followed thoroughly. Next, we have a riddle again. Time in, time out is what I am all about. Madam Neha, can I get you, Madam Neha? I'm throwing my ball at you. Time in, time out is what I am all about.
Initiative.
Ma'am, initiative will have a word called suggestion always with it. So no. Anything else? Please don't take it otherwise. We're just sharing knowledge. Had it been me, you would have asked, I would have also answered something else, because it is made by me with my thinking capacity.
Spiritic Corps.
Spiritic Corps talks about more of contribution of the group.
Is it about stability of personnel? Stability of personnel?
Now, I think, sir, I need to share, a kind of special this thing acknowledgement to you. Yes, it is stability of personnel.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. So stability of personnel talks about undoubtedly time in, time out. Why? Because we are talking about that they should be employees' turnover should be minimized to maintain organizational efficiency. People should not be, they should be actually given, they should be given time to prove their efficiency. They should be given, once they're selected, you should select them with lot of rigorous procedure. So that once they are selected, they're at their place, they do not leave the jobs, they don't go anywhere, they stay with you. Like for example, in your banks, they give you a minimum of 3 years time. Like for example, in government jobs, they give you 3 to 5 years. They want you to prove your potential or to prove your excellence or your expertise. So they give you reasonable time to show the results. And if people are not given reasonable time, what happens is they feel demotivated, they feel there is a lot of insecurity, and they tend to leave the organization. So we don't want that kind of situation in the organization. And in case we don't want to increase our recruitment costs, selection costs, training costs, we must keep the people at one place. The best example is, all women who are listening to me, please listen carefully, our maids at home. I think we love them more than we love our husbands. Husbands, please don't get offended, At least I love my maid more than my husband. Stability, she's been with me for last 5 years. So that's how, stability of personnel. Next one. Okay. So I'm throwing my this imaginary ball to Madam Harjot Kaur or Madam K. Mahalakshmi. Would you like to answer? Can you unmute? Okay. Madam Harjot, Madam K. Mahalakshmi.
Subordination of general interest.
Ma'am, we just discussed subordination of, you're talking about subordination of what?
General interest to individual interest.
Yeah. We just discussed stability of tenure. Subordination
Yes.
of general, yeah. Subordination of individual interest to general interest.
To general interest.
Yeah. Ma'am, just one minute. Can we go back? Ma'am, how come your guess was so right at the first juncture? What did you find in this particular riddle?
Highest tower. Climbing the highest tower.
Highest tower, okay. And then there is an example that whosoever is the superior, he should not fall into the temptation of misusing his power. Lovely. So we go back to it. I'll just give you a very simple example about this. Our Google CEO, Sundar Pichai, he refused extra salary from Google on the pretext that he was already, there's another venture of Google. So he refused extra shares as well as salary, saying that whatever he's deriving right now, that is enough for him. Subordination of individual interest to general interest of the organization. Another example is Fiol himself. He refused to buy the shares of the company where he was working. He said, if I buy the shares of the company where I'm working right now, I will be more interested in these shares rather than being interested in the development of the organization. So the definition as it goes, the interest of organization should take priority over the interest of any one individual. Organization interest is more than the individual interest because workers, stakeholders are very much required. Then managers ensure this by exemplary behavior. They don't fall into the temptation. See, all people are not praised. Sundar Pichai is praised. Even Anand Mahindra is he's also praised for his more showing more interest of being more socially responsible. So manager should not fall into temptation of raising his values. And he wants to raise his stature in the eyes of the workers, then he has to behave in a different manner. Okay, next. Oh, I think we can.
Principle of scalar change.
Scalar chain.
Scalar chain, scalar chain,
Yeah, scalar chain. This is in our book.
scalar chain.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we would not discuss it because you all know it. I'll just switch over the slide quickly. Scalar chain is a formal line of authority from highest to lowest ranks, and it has chain of authority, chain of command. Cannot be violated in routine, and in case of emergency, we have the concept of gangplank. Gangplank is a shorter route to avoid delays, and two people at the same level can talk or can communicate with each other by breaking the scalar chain or the chain of command. They can communicate at the same level, but they have to inform the immediate bosses. So you all know it. I'm not spending much time on it. Next one. We have the next slide here. V is more than I.
Ma'am,
Which principle
Sub
Spirit corps.
Pretty cops.
Spirit corps.
lovely. Thank God we all are able to recognize. So sir, you're not getting any more chance. My female counterparts are
Ma'am, I felt I'm behaving typically like our student, not giving chance to other students to come up. So I'm deliberately keeping quiet. But I hope you will be adding my points in.
Thank you so much, sir.
Because ma'am, I have to follow Spirit de Corps. It is more we, it's not I.
Yeah, it is actually we. So it's not I. I'm not doing anything. It's you all doing with me. So thank you so very much. It's we. Yeah. So definition, management should promote a theme of spirit, of unity, harmony among employees. Teacher's suitcase says, if not followed, it results in loss of coordination. Of course, yes. Had we all not, like sir is waiting for us to reply, and I'm waiting for you people to reply. Had we not been doing that, there would have been a lot of chaos, confusion. We would have not been coordinated. It's so nice to interact with such a lovely audience. You people are being so enthusiastic. So that's team spirit. It also helps to minimize the need for using penalties. Well, anyhow, we don't use it out here. And wherever there is team spirit, things work out better. I just wanted to share a very beautiful video with all of you. Probably, I would share it later on. That's a very live example of, Spirit Corps, and you can show it to your children also. If you have seen Chak De India, there's this Shah Rukh Khan's, there's this Shah Rukh Khan's video about 70 minute hai tumhare paas, something like that. That is so motivating, and it talks about team spirit in such a beautiful manner. You'd love it. So implication, it gives rise to mutual trust and sense of belongingness. Okay, can we switch over to the next one? First to raise hand, whether order, suggestion, or for team
Initiative.
Initiative, ma'am. Initiative. Initiative.
Great.
The last one.
Initiative.
Thank you so much. So workers should be encouraged to develop and carry out their plans for improvement. Once you think out and you execute plans, it always works better. Employee suggestion is very, very important for the organization. It is not going against the authority. It is just that you're working in and for the betterment of the organization. Why? Because with your suggestion, if there is reduction in cost, it will benefit the organization. There was this company, Colgate company. I don't know whether you've heard it or not. And they just came out with, they wanted to increase their sales. So they called for a meeting of all the sales executive, and there was this gentleman. He said, "Sir, we have been giving you good sales, and if you want to increase sales, I'm going to give you one suggestion, and this suggestion is going to make you earn $50,000 almost per month. It may lead to increase in sales by more than that also." So the CEO got very angry. He said, "I've been paying you salary and incentives, and why are you talking like that?" He said, "Sir, this is the chit I'm going to give you. Here's a folded chit. I'm giving you this chit. You open it. If you find the answer good enough, you pay me $50,000. Or what you do is, you just throw it away. As simple as that." You will not believe. The CEO took the risk. He opened the chit, but opened the chit and asked his people, give him a check of $50,000. And since that, it has been working till date. What was the suggestion? Suggestion was to open the mouth of the tube or to broaden the mouth of the tube. What will happen is, people, when they get up from the sleep, they don't realize, they will squeeze the tube, more of toothpaste will come out, and more consumption, more sales. So that's how. Taking first step with self-motivation, initiative. Okay. Right. I would like to unmute you people for a minute, and I would like to ask you, can we switch over to the next part of the... Hi everyone, can we switch over to the next part, that is to solve the case studies. Can we switch over to that? I think Madam Sonia has a doubt. Madam Sonia, can you please come up with your
बैंक
doubt?
अकाउंट एक्टिव जो चेक आया आपको, डेबिट रिसीवर, डिस्काउंट अलाउड अकाउंट एक्टिव.
I think the moment we unmute, there is some teacher taking a class, and it becomes a
अकाउंट
problem.
एक्टिव जो पैसे अभी
Madam
नहीं आते
Sonia,
हैं.
can you please ask me a question in
तीनों
the...
Hello, good evening, ma'am. No, ma'am, I don't have any doubt. Actually, I just raised my hand that yes, you can proceed for the next topic as you were asking us.
Oh, thank you so very much, ma'am. Thank you so very much.
Welcome, ma'am.
Actually, ma'am, there is someone taking a class, and I think there's little confusion. So even I get little tipsy-turvy with the thing. Okay. How to solve case studies? We are going ahead with the next topic. What I'm going to talk about is when you talk about solving the case studies. You know, and I had a previous webinar. In case if you're interested, that was on chapter 1. I would like to share that webinar also with you. There were different inputs in that. Now here, the very first thing which I would like to suggest, this is my suggestion. If there is somebody else with better suggestion, you're most welcome. Whenever we talk about any kind of case study, first thing is that what we must do is read the questions. Instead of reading the case study, we must read the question. Why? What happens is, once we read the case study and then we read the question, then we read the case study again. So what happens? We are reading the same thing 2 times, but we have not shortlisted what we are reading. So once we read the last line, I'm coming to the last line, explain any 2 principles of general management being followed by Kinsa Retail. Now, since this is the last line, I know I can segregate my chapter. I can say this is chapter 2, principles of management, not of Taylor, only of Fiol, and any 2 principles are there, but it is to be seen in context of Kinsa Retail. So then I read the case study and I try to find out, and from the 3rd line, I can gather that it has regional offices in many countries that take care of shops in that region. As it is large organization, the regional officers have been given the power to decide and spend funds sanctioned to them by headquarters. So there is something like what happening, centralization and decentralization happening. Then I can come to the second last line, where non-compliance involves a heavy penalty, including termination of employment. So that could talk about discipline. See, we can easily recognize. Now, in case if you have a doubt, you say, ma'am, in case a function is asked, good enough. So there are only 5 functions: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. If its importance is asked, so they can shortlist which functions have importance. Then if they know the headings of those importance, they can immediately, or if they know the keywords of the importance, they can immediately identify. And for the recognition of the function also, what does the CBSE do? They give you a some kind of indication, so you can easily identify the same thing. So it's not very difficult to identify the case study. In case still you have something to talk about or tell or share, please do that in your question and answer session. I would love to answer, and I would love to learn from you too, that how do you do the same thing. Well, this is one of the easiest techniques. Next slide, we go to from case study. Now, so once we talk about case studies, how can we frame our own case studies? I will tell you that also. That will be after this. I'll share a PDF and I'll tell you how to do this. But before this, before this, I would like to share with you how to frame objective type questions. Now, since when we are teaching in the class, there are many things which we teach. Okay, I would like you to be unmuted, and I would like to ask you a question out here. I would like to ask you a question out here. The question goes like this. I hope you can all get to know the question. So I'm just speaking out the question. In study of principles of management, what are the things the principles do not follow, or our principles are not? In study of principles of management, principles are not, or they do not follow some of the things. What are these?
We call it violations.
Violating effects, ma'am.
Violations.
I beg your pardon?
Violation of these principles.
No, ma'am. We are not talking about any principle, one principle. We are talking about principles of management. See, now here, how to frame objective type question? This is given in the introduction of NCERT. What happens is, we forget to see the beginning paragraph and the last line of the paragraph, which are called, last lines are called tail end questions, and the beginning part are called any kind of questions. So, you know what happens is, your objective type questions frame out here is that principles of what are, when you talk in terms of principles of management, these are not A, these are not principle of science. B, these are not techniques. C, these are not values. D, these are not functions of management. Okay, I'll just switch over the slide and show it to you where this is given in the slide, where it is given in the book. Can we switch on the slide, please? Okay, it is given in the slide. If you can just enlarge it, you will see second paragraph, and you will find, in developing an understanding of the meaning of principles of management, it is also useful to know what these are not. So these are not techniques, these are not values, these are not functions of management, and these are not principles of science. Another objective type question. If you see the nature of principles of management, and you see first line, by nature is meant qualities and characteristics of anything. Okay. So when we talk about nature, it means qualities and characteristics. You can frame a question on any of the point of nature, mainly behavioral, flexible, and ask, identify the quality of principle of management. The question will become different, right? And nobody can challenge. Next line only, principles definition gives, principles are general and broad guidelines to managerial action and decision making. First definition. Now the second definition is here, second line. Principles are general prepositions which are applicable when certain conditions are present. You can make it a it question also, or these are general prepositions which are applicable when certain conditions are present. Identify these. So these are principles of management. So that's how you frame your objective type question. If you just see the top of the page, there is ICT. This is talking about the same, talking about that principles of management are not like principle of science. So when you talk about objective type question, it's you who has to see the beginning of the paragraph, the tail end question. Like in the same paragraph, if you come to the last line, business has to fulfill social and ethical responsibility towards the society. So there's a question, while practicing principles of management, can values be neglected? Answer is no, they cannot be neglected. Why? Because business has to fulfill social and ethical responsibility towards the society. Okay, we go to the next slide. Now, we're talking about source-based question. I'll just, yeah, we're talking about source-based case studies. There's a lot of, hubbub around that what are source-based case studies. Dear friends, my colleagues, I just follow NCERT like Bible. And I have found that whatever questions are given in the CBSE, NCERT are all from this NCERT book. It's like a Bible. If you know it line by line, no, undoubtedly your children will be able to score 100 out of 100. So what I usually do is, this is my sharing with you. Please give your suggestions and inputs also. What I usually do is, wherever there is an example, we highlight it like this. Like we have here division of work. This was a board question also. If you can see, this was a board question, as well as it has been highlighted. And see, what we can do is, sometimes what you can do is, you can encircle some word, right? So, like for example, in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line, it leads to specialization. So you can encircle specialization. This can also be one of the board questions. Then you can also, apart from specialization, when we talk about the last line, it is applicable to all kinds of work, technical. So as when you talk about technical as well as managerial, this can also come as board question. But then first of all, you have to get the source, and the source is nothing else but your NCERT. We don't have any other source of getting the +2 CBSE questions. This is the source. These are the case studies which they give. So you have to go word by word with your book. First thing, all examples to be highlighted. Second thing, all keywords to be encircled. I usually encircle. So in case if somebody else does, thank you so much. We both are doing the same kind of job. Lovely. Two people at different places are thinking the same way. Otherwise, if you're not, you can always pick it up from here that examples are to be what? Highlighted. And keywords are to be encircled. So similarly, for the second point, for authority and responsibility, if you see, for example, our sales manager, again, it is highlighted. For next principle, for discipline, it is again for discipline also. If you would see, I have highlighted out here for discipline, it is highlighted. Suppose management and labor union have. So again, I've already given you this. Then unity of command, again, suppose. So all examples are case studies. And when I'll share the PDF with you, or when I'll share this presentation with you, you can easily just see what are the words which are highlighted and which are encircled. Okay, next we go to the next slide. Okay, we've done with source-based questions and CBSE case studies. Now we're talking about mind maps. So usually, you know, what happens is, what we tend to do is, we give mind maps to children in those flow chart form. And children usually tend to forget that flow chart. You know, they're not very interested because that doesn't intrigue them at all. So what we can do is, we can use different kinds of okay, what we can do is, we can take up some we can, I think my mic is okay, we can take some tools and techniques. Okay, the tools and techniques are like this. I call them my 5-pointer program. These were developed by me, so these are my 5-pointer program. First is acronym. I usually frame acronym to make my students learn anything. Like for example, for the principles, I have used Do you care? Okay. Do you care? Okay. For the principles, I have used do you care. Now, what is this do you care? This is your acronym. D for discipline, O for order, U for unity of direction, C for centralization, decentralization, and A for authority and responsibility and remuneration, and then equity. We go back to the previous slide. So I have given you first thing as input is acronym. You can make any acronym you like, anything. Next is form a sentence. Next tool is form a sentence. We go back to the slide. See, I have formed a sentence out here. Yes, personnel chain of spirit. Now, personnel is stability of personnel. Chain, scalar chain of spirit, esprit de corps, initiative, work, division of work, unity of command, and subordination of individual to general interest is there. So I care. I've answered a question, I picked up a question, I answered a question. This is my third technique. First was simple acronym. D-O, do, you care. Second was form a sentence. I replied in a sentence. You can frame a story, any story with these 14 principles, make it on your own, and you can tell your children and ask them to identify. So that will be for them a new way to identify the case study. It can be sawal jawab, question and answer, like I just did. Do you care? And there was an answer to it. Yes, personnel chain of spirit, initiative, work, command, subordination of individual interest to general interest. So I care. Because of this, I care. Okay. Next, you can take another one. One word meaning and topic. One word meaning and topic, how it happens? Like discipline. One word meaning is what? Obedience. Order. Right thing at right place, right person, right place. Meaning you're giving. Unity of direction. One head, one plan. Centralization. Concentration of authority. Decentralization. Dispersal. Authority and responsibility. Authority means power. Responsibility, obligation or duty. Remuneration, pay. Equity, fairness to all. So you can just pick up the meanings and you can easily give it to the children to learn. Okay, the next slide we have. Now, this is all I have to say for the webinar, and I will be sending you a feedback form in the group, and you're requested to fill that feedback form and tell me how did you find the webinar, as well as in case if you have any doubts or queries or questions, you can ask that also. In case our time gets over, you can come back to the same, you can join back the meeting and you can ask me your questions. And right now we are switching on, we unmuting you, and if you have any questions, please, you're welcome to go ahead and answer. Please unmute yourself and ask the question. You're welcome to do that. I shall be very happy in case if I can answer any queries.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi. Good
Hello.
evening.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am. Please go ahead. Please ask questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I am Raja. I would like to ask you one question related to how to make the students write the project in business studies. Some tips. Thank you, ma'am.
How to have right approach towards what, ma'am?
Project.
Oh, project. Yeah, sure. Ma'am, that's a very nice question regarding the project. Now, there are two. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, ma'am. Right. Yeah. Ma'am, this is, I'm just sharing my work with you. What I
Sure.
did was last year, this year we have not been able to give them the project. Last year, we gave them the project just before summer vacations. And I took permission from my principal and I told my children to work or to do an internship for 1 month, and whichever organization they're working in that particular organization, which principles were being followed, which were not being followed, how they were being followed, they have to write that down, click pictures, frame questionnaire, and give information. You will not believe 75 to 80% of our children did that because Ludhiana is an industrial place. So people were able to work in the industries. Only 20% of the children, they worked at different places, but they got certificate of internship from those places. Like some of them worked with some private restaurants, which I had arranged for them, some private industries, which I had arranged for them. So we took this initiative and we made the project work. So you can give a project in a new manner like this on principles of management or any topic for that matter, and children really do well. Like for example, if you want to give a project on business environment, so you can give this pandemic, how or which all environments have been affected by the coronavirus. You can give a project on marketing and you can talk about the most or the upcoming industries after pandemic. So there are so many things you can give in the project. In case if you want to know anything else, you can write an email. I'll answer.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam,
Thank you
can we have a similar type on principles of scientific management?
For sure, why not? Why not? Why not?
And also, ma'am, there are few chapters like staffing as a function, organizing, and marketing. These chapters normally children are children ultimately, and they go by the number of pages and not the concepts. I find this chapters being very lengthy. Divide the chapter marketing as four. Find it as first it is introduction of marketing, and then there are four different chapters of each P, and that is how I divide it and then I teach it. Similarly, directing chapter, it has supervising, leadership, communication, and motivation. So again, when they come to me saying this chapter is too lengthy, I just give them as a piecemeal that no, it's not lengthy. We go turn by turn. And last year, as supervising was quite reduced by CBSE, so there is not much in that. So this is how I am doing. But I would definitely like to know from you in subsequent seminar, not right now, ma'am. One is if we can have it, as I said, the similar lines, a webinar on scientific principles of scientific management, and also on this 2-3 chapters, which usually children find very lengthy, and it has a lot of case studies and concepts in a single chapter. So, ma'am, if you could plan something in future, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sure. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. We'll talk to the admin of the group, and in case if it is possible, sure, we'll do that. Sure.
Good evening, ma'am. In MCQ, true or false, whether we need to write only true or false alone, or we need to give reason for that, ma'am. Whether it is true or false, we need to write reason, or simply we can write true or false alone.
No, that depends upon the typology of the question. In case the question asks for the reason, you have to mention the reason. But if it is only true and false, then only true and false. It's always better. It is always better to give a reason, because sometimes the evaluator checks from this point of view that the child has not mentioned the reason. So that could, if it is 1 mark question, the evaluator may just, might strike off 0.5 from the paper. So why let the child suffer when we are telling them to explain everything, so much of explanation, 6 marks question, 5 marks question, just one simple line reason can easily be given. It's always better, because when I evaluate as evaluator, I look in for the reason for sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I want to request you to please conduct another webinar again for chapter number 9th and 10th, that is financial market and financial management.
Ma'am, actually, why I have not conducted on financial market and financial management? Because I was getting a lot of queries on book 1. So I just thought that since we have time and this pandemic time, even if we try to cover 1 chapter per week, within 1 month's time or 1.5 months time, like this is 2nd chapter already, very soon we'll be able to cover up, like sir suggested, scientific management, directing, staffing. So let's cover first these topic which are difficult in book 1, and then for sure 200% we're going to cover up a webinar. Financial management is my favorite chapter, and financial market also. So I would just love to give a webinar on that. I mean, share a webinar rather. Love it.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, students find it so difficult, 9th and 10th chapter, and the way you are explaining is so nice that means we are getting so much of interest. So when you will be telling those topics also, so we will get the idea how to make students interest.
Ma'am, I'll give you a beautiful way to explain trading on equity, and your children will become your fan. You don't have to give the source where it came from, but your children will
Thank
become
you,
your
ma'am.
fan. Yeah, so just give me some time and I will for sure do that topic. For sure, ma'am. For
Okay,
sure.
thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, this is Deepak Kumar from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Katihar.
Okay. Hi, Deepak.
Ma'am, I just want to suggest you, can you take one webinar on strategies adopted for the high achievers or slow achievers? Because generally in Kendriya Vidyalaya, we're facing a lot of problems to cope up with the slow achievers, and we need to adopt some strategy in order to overcome the problems of them. So can you just have one seminar regarding the high achievers or slow achievers?
Yeah, sure. So I'll just write it down, high achievers and low achievers. I'm writing it down. Your suggestion is
Because
here.
everyone basically require this, because we need to work on high achiever as well as on different level and on slow achiever as well.
Sure. So Deepak, can I just say something in case if we don't get a chance to do a webinar on high.
Hello.
What we have is, sorry, I just got a call. Okay, in our school, what we have is that we have a Saturday off, right? I think
Yeah.
am I audible? Yeah. So what
Yeah.
I do is one Saturday I pick up the high achievers and then set a assignment for them, and next week I pick up low achievers and I set up assignment for them, right?
And one more thing, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you. One more thing is that, ma'am, have some brief introduction about the business studies project for class 11th.
Class 11. Sure,
Yeah.
sir. Sure. Sure. I will do that. And I also have a YouTube channel, so you can just see things out there.
Yeah,
in case if it is,
already subscribed to your channel, ma'am.
Oh, acha, thank you so very much. Sure. I'll do that. Plus
And
one also,
told
you
to
please
students
suggest
as
me.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. You suggest me the chapter, I'll do the plus one webinar. No problem.
Because, ma'am, I'm just new to this profession. I just have been in the 5 years in this profession. So basically, I'm here to learn from these kind of people like you.
No, sir, I am learning from everybody. Whosoever is doing a webinar, whatever everybody is giving, I'm learning from every single person. Every single person. Ours is a profession, never-ending process. Learning is never-ending
Yes,
process.
ma'am. Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Just to tell you, you should drink a little water, ma'am. You have been speaking continuously for 1 hour or so.
Thank you so much.
And to Deepak sir, this is my perspective. People can agree to disagree with me. We are not old and new or experienced or inexperienced. See, this webinar we all are attending, and we are using technology so much and so forth for the first time in our life. No doubt, we all have been using emails, PowerPoint presentations, and lot
Truly
of things,
so.
but not this way ever. So, madam, sir, Deepak sir, if I say I'm
Everyone is
20 years experienced teacher, and say you are 5 years, or somebody is very novice to this profession, we all have come to a platform where every one of us is very new to online teaching. Teaching. So everyone is doing for the first time, and we have aren't we fortunate enough having madam like sharing us, and all the other people who are listening to us have joined in. They are sharing, they are asking questions. So don't ever feel that you are new, sir. This is how we all learn and we go ahead. And we are blessed with people like madam, who is so generously giving us everything what she is having.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, yesterday I attended the webinar of Dr. Vikas Vijay sir. It actually lasted for almost 3 to 4 hours. But now today I joined later a bit, almost after 1 hour. So thank you so much, sir and ma'am.
Welcome. Always welcome. Anybody else has anything to ask? Any other questions? Thank you very much, sir, for letting me drink water.
Oh, that's fine, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And thank you for
Okay,
all
ma'am.
the
Shall I? That's all, ma'am.
Thank
Looking
you so
forward
much,
for
ma'am.
such more organizations. And may I leave the meeting now, ma'am?
Yeah, even I would like to, because I think I will just end the meeting since nobody has any kind of doubt. So I would be sending a feedback form. Please just fill it up and just take 2-3 minutes to fill the form. And it will be a new way to get encountered with the technology. That how do you fill up the forms online? So please just do it. It will be a favor to me.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you. God bless everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Same to you.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
ma'am.
much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.